Hello and welcome. This is Shilpa here, the author of HomeoQuest Software, and today we're going to look at the repertory browser. So this is the tab for opening the repertory browser, and this basic section allows you to locate different repertories and browse different chapters within each repertory using what we call a sectional search. Okay, so remember, the repertory browser can only be seen when you're using your HomeoQuest software on your laptops or your desktops. On smaller screens of mobiles and tablets, you do not see this browser. The reason being, on most of the mobiles and tablets, the software on that is useful for repertorization on the go, and that's where you have the quick repertory searches and the quest analysis where you can start repertorizing right away. The browsing and the more deeper work, the more serious work that you need to do, you need to be on your big screens, on your laptops or desktops, right? So the repertory browser, on the left side, this is where you'll see the list of all the selected repertories, all the repertories in your database, whatever you've chosen. So I've selected here the Ken's repertory. Now below this you would see all the chapters in the Ken's repertory. When you click on a particular section or a chapter, the rubrics for those are seen in this column here, the rubric column. And then when you select on a specific rubric, all the remedies in that rubric appear here. All right, so you can basically select different repertories, different chapters in a repertory. The rubrics will appear here, and then when you click on different rubrics, the remedies appear here, sorted in degrees based on what repertory you're using. Okay, so now if you realize, say for example, we are in the mind section of the Bonninghausen repertory here. So like you have in your printed books, every sub-rubric is one space behind the previous level of the rubric. So say in this particular case, if you have a rubric which is abusive, scolding, railing, etc., and then there is a sub-rubric under it, until exhausted, then you can see it's one space behind the previous level. And then if you want to read the entire rubric, you will find it here. Okay, so we'll get another example. Say you are in the Ken's repertory in the head section where there are sub rubrics. So you see this particular rubric is below air, passing through the head, sensation of, and rocking on. And so you can read the full rubric here. So there is a sensation as if air or wind is passing through the head when they rock, right? Corarium rubrum. Interesting. Okay, so when I click on a rubric, as you realize, all the remedies appear here. And if you click on a big rubric, say we have absent-minded, and you have quite a lot of remedies, you can see they're sorted in different grades. Okay, so how do you select a specific rubric and enter them into a repertorization table? Selecting is very easy. The common method is you just basically scroll and find the rubric that you need and click on it and start entering it. So in this case, if you're looking for absent-minded, double click it. When you double click it, you'll see the repertorization table is just below. No matter which section you go to, the repertorization table always appears at the bottom here, and the rubric is directly added to the repertorization table. So you can, select from different repertories, different section, find, the rubric that you need by browsing, double click on it, and the repertorization gets updated from that particular repertory. Now we're going to actually speak a lot in more detail about the repertorization table and what can it do, all the wonderful things it can do, and the advanced strategies for repertorization in the repertorization table tutorial, which is a separate tutorial. So check that out if you need more information on that. But right now we're just looking at the browsing part. Now a better method of browsing and finding the rubric that you need is using what you call the sectional search or the chapter search here. So say for example, within the Kent repertory head chapter, you are looking for, say, head pains or head issues which are aggravated by cold air. So all we need to do is put in those specific words. So cold space, air space, aggravate. We use short forms here. And then when I say search, it's going to search only the rubrics which have cold air aggravates within the head section of the Kent's repertory. All right, we say search, and you see there are 9 results, and this is the first one of the 9 results. So the first one is there is coldness, chilliness in the head, which is aggravation in open air. This is the first result, that's where you landed on. Now, if you press next, you go to the second result. So this is pain, headache in general, forehead, cold air aggravates, right? And so basically you go next and scroll through all the rubrics. So this is the pain in the occiput, aggravated cold air, and cutting, darting pains, which is aggravated cold air. So you see, you basically jump on and go previous and next and jump on and scroll through the entire head chapter, only landing on rubrics which have cold air aggravates. Now say if you like a particular rubric, so say this is a big one, pain, headache in general, forehead, cold air aggravates. You think this rubric is important, then you just double click on it and the repertorization gets updated right at the bottom here. So the beauty of the program is that you can actually, if you want to, select different repertories, different sections in those repertories, and you start adding rubrics that you want to. The repertorization gets added as you go. So this is like a very, very simple way, in 2 or 3 minutes you can basically start repertorizing rubrics that you need. Now I'll show you some more interesting features in this particular browser. Wherever you see a remedy, say for example you see, you want to now look at this remedy, silica, because it sort of covers all rubrics. So if you see this remedy, you click on it, you directly land to the Mathematics of that particular remedy selected, and from all these books are sorted out which have silica. Okay, so you can read silica. This is chosen from Alan's keynotes. You can choose and read silica from Bonninghausen. It lands on silica directly, opens up the chapter of silica for you in different repertories in different books, Mathematics books, as you go. So really a very, Mathematics is always one click away. Now you can also choose a remedy. So you go back to the repertory browser, and even within the rubric column you can select a remedy, and then you open up the Mathematics for, say, anacardium in this case, and these are the books which have anacardium opened on those the chapter of anacardium. Okay, so clicking on a book, selecting a book, finding a remedy, just a click away. Now there are many things you can access about a remedy. So say we go back to the repertory browser, and in this case I'm interested in some remedies here. All right, so say for example we choose Kent's repertory, mind section, absent-minded, a big one here, and say you want to start looking at what's more information about this remedy, apis. All right, so all you need to do is control click if you're a Mac user, or right click if you're a Windows user, and you will see a lot of details about the remedies. The first one is remedy details. So you will basically see the family, the kingdom, the sub kingdom, and the source data of that remedy and the full name of that remedy here. Let's look on to some other information about apis. So say you want to browse it in the Mathematics, again as you've seen before, you click on it and it opens up the Mathematics. Now this is interesting, you can add this remedy to remedy analysis. Now remedy analysis is a very interesting section. So when I did that, it selected apis into the remedy analysis section. Now this is a beautiful section because here you can extract the reverse mathematics of APIS, or you can, extract the common. So there are 2 or more remedies that you put in here. You can extract the common themes of different remedies. You can use it to extract a therapeutic mathematics of APIS. You can extract unique PQRS symptoms of APIS. Using these different analysis options, you can basically derive the entire analysis of the remedy in the remedy analysis browser and exploit the full potential of your repertories. Now, this is a beautiful section to basically select the best prescription after repertorization. So we speak about this in detail in the remedy analysis section, but if you are sort of trying to now, say Celica and Sepia, they cover all rubrics in this case. So if you want to do a differential diagnosis of these 2 remedies, you can do that in the remedy analysis section as well. So let's go back to the repertory browser. And one important thing about this browser is when you are selecting a remedy, and you can look for that remedy in Google or Wikipedia. So this is again a very interesting feature because it opens up this entire related to homeopathy, right? So it opens up the entire database of the remedy from a homeopathic perspective. The pharmacies, the questions people have asked, lay people and patients have asked about APIS and homeopathy. You can, information on that remedy by different authors, different academies. Then you can also get research data, effects of extreme dilutions of APIS preparations and whatnot. So you just basically opening up an entire database of information about that remedy. Now, this is again true for, wherever you see a remedy, you can click and access data about that remedy. So hope that gives you a lot of information about how you can start repertorizing and just access the repertory browser and get started with your repertorization for your first patient using HomeoQuest. Now, next time we'll be coming up with a new tutorial, but do not forget to check the other tutorials with detailed information on each tab and each functionality of the software. And there are lots and lots of case studies for you to practice. So we've solved together lots of case studies from the archive, so check those tutorials as well. And don't forget to put your queries, your feedback, your comments in the discussion forum below. And for any technical support, just write to support@homeoquest.com. So thank you very much, and I'll come back to you with a new tutorial next time. Take care.